seen from Maiden since he became the starter as far as his growth goes?
I mean, there's been some things that I've seen consistent that were good, and then there's some things that weren't as great, and then, you know, I've seen him transform and turn into strengths. He's doing obviously a really good job of commanding the offense and staying poised. At no point have I really seen him too rattled. You know, the game can be difficult, and it's not like it's easy all the time for him, but definitely seen his composure and his poise is one of the things that I've seen evolve. You know, he was a little bit, not frantic, but you could see he was a rookie a little bit in the huddle before, and then that quickly changed as he got a little bit more confident and, you know, a little bit more experienced out there, and did a good job of just staying positive and you know, keeping everybody's head up, you know, throughout the entirety of the game.
You've had a voice in this organization since you came here. What type of input do you expect to have in terms of what they do with the coaching staff after this season?
I mean, we'll have conversations, obviously, same as you know, what we did before, and you know, we'll continue to try to figure out what's best for the team. And you know, I don't have any expectation, but we'll see what happens.
I think last week you said that AP made a lasting impression on you, starting back before he's even the coach when he spoke to the team. Aiden just said something really similar, that he made an impact on him when he spoke to the rookies. I know there's a lot that goes into coaching, but what makes him so good at connecting in that way, in the speeches and saying the right things to make an impact on the game?
Well, just that experience, like I said before, a bunch of times having played, understanding where we come from, to be able to give you know, a good you know, assessment of the game, you know, as far as our effort, whatever it is. You know, sometimes it's hard to really know if you don't, you know, I can't go and see, I can't tell you how hard a dog is going, you know, because I don't know what it feels like to be a dog, and you know, well, my version of being a dog, but not an actual dog. So it's hard to say, you know, if that dog is not going hard enough. You don't know if that dog's tired or whatever the case is. So having played, you understand that part of it, and you know, he just has a realistic approach and mindset of how the game is supposed to be played and what he expects from his players, and it's easy to get behind that.
Talking with every guy in the locker room, pretty much, they were endorsing you. So how important is it, just from, regardless of who gets the job, to have a resounding yes, and just that energy shift that's different?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously who I wanted. That's my vote, and I've been vocal about that, and it's you know, that's basically how the whole locker room feels, and you know, with good reason. I mean, he's come in and done a great job, and you know, he's continued to win us over. It's not just the comfortable thing. I think having AP here will be you know, it'll be good for this organization. He kind of embodies what it means to be a Raider, and that mentality, that swag, and you know, all the things that he endorses is the things that I believe in. So it's easy for a guy like me, especially having dealt with him a little bit this year now and gotten to know him and see his evolution, you know, in front of the team, and you know, all those things, all the different fields of being a head coach. So definitely rooting for him.
Davante, do you think, you know, given that his defensive background as a defensive guy, that if he did get the opportunity to coach again the team next year, he'd grow a lot on the offensive side? And do you feel like he could be one of the voices that helps him in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's been. That's been part of my role since I've been here. You know, even with Josh and Dave here running the thing. You know, it's been a part of my responsibility to teach guys and help, you know, with the scheme, whether it's trying to figure out ways to get me the ball or other people, whatever the case may be. So I would expect that would stay consistent, and you know, that's something that I enjoy, having that type of you know, impact or helping the team as much as I can.
Davante, those of us that know you're a man of character, integrity, you're not a BSer, you're genuine. That's AP. For how much does that relate to players, and is that why you think he's got such command of that locker room, sir?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody who's a straight shooter doesn't really, you don't like a BS, or you don't want anybody's gonna get in there and blow smoke or whatever it is. You know, you call it how it is, and you know, you either like it that or love that, and or love it or hate it. And for me, I want people that loves it. Tell me exactly what you think, exactly what you feel. Keep it real about the situation that we're in, and all that. And that's, like you said, that's who he is. So it makes it easy to be you know, to endorse that type of coach and that type of mindset, when that's, you know, we all kind of carry that same type of you know, mentality.
Not necessarily in Aiden, but just in the offense as a whole. What's the biggest improvement you've
would just say the tenacity, the intention. You know, obviously for the most part, guys want to go out and do the right thing, but it's just a little bit more intentional this year, a little bit more gritty, you know, up front, a little nastier. Took care of a lot of the issues that people were expecting to be a problem for us. They went out and handled it and made sure that they weren't, or if they were before, you know, the second time around they were basically eliminated from the game. So having those type of, you know, knowing that you got to take a guy away on defense or, you know, whatever it is. And that's another piece, just our defense being as consistent as what they were this year. You know, it's one of the best defenses that I've gotten to play with. So it's exciting when you know you carry it by the beat, and hopefully that won't be the case moving forward. But still excited to know that they can go and hold it down for us.
In terms of this Sunday's game, since you haven't played the Broncos since week 1, do you look at more recent tape on games that they've played, or do you look more at week 1?
A little bit of everything. We have it's a long week, a lot of tape to watch. So, you know, I watch all the games. Not every single game, but I pick a certain amount that I want to, and you know, sometimes just goes off of who's on offense in certain months. But definitely a peek back at the week 1, but a lot of things have changed with personnel. You know, guys are playing and not playing, so you got to look at some recent stuff too.
Davante, in your opinion, where has AP grown the most as a head coach? It's just a lot of different nuances that you know you have to learn and get used to being a head coach. Just the way you have to lead a meeting, just the flow of being a head coach. A lot of things it's hard to even pinpoint exactly what to call it, but just the way he's commanded the team and you know conducted himself in front of the team as far as you know after wins, losses. You know it's not really a roller coaster. It's more off of the intention. You know, are we flying around? Are we you know, assignment sound, all those type of things, versus just, you know, coming down and riding a roller coaster of wins and losses, which is, you know, something that he could easily stress over, knowing that it's important for him to win, you know, to keep the job. But he makes sure that he's got a certain level of security out there that you know you can feel, and it's exciting to watch because you know obviously you see the things that he's done with his team, and it's exciting for me to know what's to come.
And Davante, any thoughts on 4 consecutive seasons over 1,000 yards?
I mean, you never know how to respond in a time like this. You know, we were in a better position as a team. You know, it'd be more enjoyable, but you know, obviously it's exciting to be able to. It's a good notch to be able to hit, but 1,000 yards is not really my mark for you know what I consider necessarily a good season. Obviously, it's good because in everybody else's mind it means so much, but also had 2 seasons of 997, and they acted like I didn't have 1,000 yards that year. So it's like, you know, it is what it is.
What is the mark?
I don't know what the mark is, honestly, but not 1,000, not with 17 games. But you know, it is what it is, and it's good to, you know, I'm happy to have been healthy enough to play 17 games. You know, going on 17 and letting the good Lord take care of everything else.
Obviously, every season has a different story, but just to have kind of a similar record to last season, does it feel different? There was a sense of growth, kind of like a copy and paste. How would you?
There was growth. It was definitely a different feel than it was from last year. Even earlier in the year, a lot of things changed. You know, a bunch of quarterbacks, and you know, we had some big changes. A lot of things that I'm proud of what this team was able to fight through. You know, it seems like the Raiders are always fighting through some sort of something. You know, whether it's a player and something's going on, or coaching change or whatever, but you know, I'm proud of the way that these guys were able to rally, stay together, continue to play hard, get some meaningful wins, you know, down the stretch. And it's not where we want to end up, but you know, you can't cry over spilled milk. You just gotta go clean it up and figure it out after that.